Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And I'm feeling good, guys. Thanks for all your support and well wishing on my Twitter. So, thanks for that. Appreciate it. So, we firstly get into the NXT quick recap and kind of a thoughts on the show. So, we actually saw two important things in this show, which was the NXT Women's Tag Team title #1 contendership, which was crowned, and it's Io Shirai and Zoe Stark who actually won the whole thing, and they actually defeated Ember and Shotzi and Dakota and Raquel. And Dakota is the one who actually took the pin, and EU is the one who actually got the victory, and EU is actually got the pin via moonsault. So I'm actually seeing Dakota Kai actually getting huge loss right now. Week after week, we've been seeing many losses piling up for Dakota Kai. I mean, there's still that angle that's gonna be played out, and I want to see that. And this is kind of a fruit that's been bared upon, and that's Raquel turning on Dakota Kai, and that would be a great heel turn actually, because Dakota has been turned on many best friends actually. So that would be great. I mean, I wanted to see this before they get called up to the main roster, because management are actually scouting to have new superstars from NXT. So maybe we don't know. Vinnie Mac calls Dakota and Raquel to have, because Raquel is a big woman. So if that catches Vinnie Mac's eyes, so we don't know. But still, they should have this rivalry, and they should have this storyline. One championship match before Raquel actually drops the title at NXT Takeover. The NXT Takeover next would be, I think so. It's in the time of SummerSlam. So I hope they I don't think so they would be doing, but I hope so they do that, and I want to see that. That's a obvious, and that's a very simple story that WWE, I mean NXT, can make. So that's my thought on there. And apart from that, the match itself was a fun match, I would say. All four women actually were, all six women to be exact, actually worked very hard, very well, and they have the experience. They have worked many matches, so they know how they want to carry themselves, and how to have the structure of the match. So it was good, and we also saw many high action octane spots as well, where all of the women were one by one, like were jumping off the top rope, and tope suicida and all, and suicide dive on all, and that was good. That was good. Very fun match, very fun opener, I would say. And Io Shirai and Zoe Stark are the #1 contenders for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. So the champions are actually, I think so. It's Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, if I'm not wrong. So that's good. That would be good match. I mean, these women's always put very good matches. So I expect that that would be a very good match. So if you are hearing some noise and all, it's because the it's raining heavily here, so that's why. Sorry for that. I can't do nothing about that, and deeply sorry for that. So we get into the next important thing, which I wasn't expecting, which actually wasn't announced actually, and this was announced in between the show actually, and that Isaiah Swerve Scott shows up when Bronson Reed was cutting his rope. So if you're a man, defend that title, he says, and Bronson Reed accepts actually, and this match was made, and this was a main event: Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed. I mean, I thought about that. This is just to have a rub on Isaiah Swerve Scott, because to be at that upper echelon, to be at that title picture. So he's been actually targeting that title NXT Championship as well for quite a weeks right now. So I was hopeful he would be going for NXT North American title, because he's better for that. And I mean, he's not at the level of, I mean, I don't think so. He could do, but he's not able to. I mean, that. Is not ready to have that NXT Championship picture. I don't know, but maybe that's my take on that. So again, this match was. I mean, the people are saying that it's a very good match. I saw this match, but I don't know why, but I didn't like this match. I mean, it was a pretty okay match, I would say. It was a slow match, but the story was okay. I mean, the power versus the quickness, the heelish tactics advantage that Isaiah Scott got. So is the whole team. The funniest stuff was Top Dollar, aka AJ Francis, actually running like a dog and hitting the barricade like a mad train, and it was so funny, man. And that guy named what Ashante, yeah, Ashante Adonis comes, man. He was that was very funny. I mean, that was very funny movie, very funny for me. So Bonson Reed actually lose the title, and Isaiah Scott got the win, and he's a new North American title winner. So we've been actually having rumors that Bronson Reed is going to main roster. Maybe Vinnie Mac actually would have been caught up the eye on Bronson Reed, and he could be a good big guy if they book correctly. I mean, last time they did, we know what they are doing right now, and we aren't seeing him. I hope so, because I hope so that he's injured. That's why. But it's bad, man. I mean, after debuting into the main roster as well, Keith Lee actually was so promising to see defeating Randy Orton, have that storyline with Drew McIntyre. He was a very promising talent. Who made me a very good babyface. I mean, there is a major miss for top babyface right now. I mean, at times I actually think about is Drew McIntyre kind of face, because in triple threat match that they had in Raw, I didn't think that Drew McIntyre was a better babyface than Matt Riddle. Riddle was more kind of cheered upon, and he was the one who actually fans were hoping to win, because the all that story with RK Bro and all, because of the Randy Orton's position actually that was being defended by Riddle actually. So I thought about like that. So that's my thought there. So Isaiah Scott winning. I mean, I am isn't in the thing. I mean, I don't say that Isaiah Scott would not be a good North American champion, but what I mean, Bronson Reed just won and had the story, that 14-year story, one and a half month before, and they just had him defeated. At least he should have till before, or I mean after SummerSlam or something, before SummerSlam you can say, and maybe that would be a date for NXT Takeover. So at least they could have done that, have a 3 to 4 month reign, but they didn't have. So I mean, I wasn't excited what they did actually. So the match itself wasn't that great as well. So this show was pretty okay show. I mean say pretty decent show. We can say that. So acceptable standard. What they do every week, kind of a normal NXT show. So another actually dangerous stuff we saw was Zayani actually knocks Mercedes Martinez out, and she actually legit got out, and it was with a roundhouse kick, and it straight actually got into her the brain region actually, and that would have been the case because she actually lost the control, and she wasn't, and Zali was actually pinning her, and I hope so. She's doing good. She's well, and we haven't received any major update like. She's recovering, as I said. As you see in the news, she's recovering in the hospital. So maybe she would be back in a week or so. I hope so. She's okay. So that was dangerous to see, and that was another thing that we saw in the NXT show. Apart from that, we saw two squash matches actually, and the this was Cameron Grimes versus Ari Sterling, just there, and then we had Roderick Strong's debut, and the Diamond Mines debut. Diamond Mines leaders debut, Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong. I mean, I was saying that they should have something different in their wrestling style, and he was he was really showing that MMA style, and he actually got the victory by by a submission, and kind of a double underhook, kind of a wrenching the arms kind of submission. Not a very unique submission or like that, but it was good to see incorporating that whole theme onto the matches, the high knee and all. That was good. It's pretty tough style that Roderick Strong is actually having. He's very aggressive right now. That I'm liking Roderick Strong's attitude and all, and hope so they actually don't get in the mix and they get the right push, just like Hitro or something. So I think so. Last time they actually show that Roderick Strong is going for the NXT Cruiserweight title, but this time they didn't have anything. So maybe we'll see next week in Great American Bash, or after that maybe Roderick Strong laying out the challenge for Kushida. So that would be great as well. So this was my overall thoughts on NXT show, a pretty decent show. So we get into now the AEW Dynamite show. So before that, we all have the cards. We have the cards. Great American Bash. I know that. So I'll be doing the separate kind of a prediction thoughts video. A podcast on that shortly after this review. So we get into AEW Dynamite first. So talking about this show, man, Dynamite is hitting out of the park, like a week by week. They are doing very good. The Saturday Night Dynamite was so good. Their second time Dynamite on Saturday night, that was great, and this was also great as well, on point and very smooth show, and it wasn't wrong or something. Except one match, which was a women's match, and I know that that's not good for AEW still. So that's they are improving on that. Glad they are actually including women's in the weekly show, and it's better to have some improvement than not showing them up. So that's good as well. So we had Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero versus that tag team match, which we had Reba and Britt Baker. So they are gearing up for the NXT, sorry, AEW Women's Championship match. Britt Baker is going to defend against Nyla Rose. So we get into the show then. So we got first match, which was Young Bucks versus Penta El Zero Miedo and Eddie Kingston, and this was a very good tag team match. I love this tag team match. Young Bucks is so much very good to hate, man. It's so easy to hate them, and they're so good, man. They are improving every week. I am saying this about Young Bucks, and they are not my favorite actually, and I legit hate them. I don't know why. I don't know why. They are good at wrestling and they are good at what they does, and I appreciate them. But I don't know why. They are being said like one of the greatest tag team or something, but I don't think so like that. So anyways, in the modern generation actually, so I don't think so. So anyways, that's another point so of discussion. We get to the match actually. So as I said, this was a very good match. Penta Zero Miro, Eddie Kingston had a that good babyface reaction, and the fans actually took this show to a high level, and it was all through very good to see this match with the fans' reaction and Young Bucks imitating Macho. Especially Nick Jackson actually. I don't know, Matt or Nick. They always do that. The imitation of Randy Savage, and there was a commentary that which Chris Jericho made, that if Larry Puffer come, he would be packed up, kind of a promo. That was kind of a commentary that was very good. So there was this was a fun match. The character work was the more fun stuff by Young Bucks, and I enjoyed this match and the opening match. So we got many offense by Young Bucks as well, having their heel tactics, and that using the spray and all, and having Penta hitting the flip drive, and a fear factor into this. Fear factor was hit and into the back fist, spinning back fist puts away Matt Jackson, and they picked up the victory. And this match is actually confirmed next week. like Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miro versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, and this would be a great match again. I think so. It would be a great match, and then we saw Christian Cage gives Jungle Boy another kind of a motivation talk, pep talk, saying he'll be world champion one day. You tried your best, and at least you would have learned something. And Luchasaurus gets an appreciation on Christian because for looking on the back for Jungle Boy, as he was not there in his championship match, so that was good. So they appreciate that. So I am having this good story kind of tilting to a bad story, kind of Christian Cage turning on Jungle Boy, and that would be a very very big heel turn. I mean, Christian Cage. They don't have to do now actually, but they can definitely do in the weeks to come. As like a Christian turning on Jungle Boy and having the rivalry, that would be great. That would be great. I think so. So we get into the Ethan Page segment, and Ethan Page is having a match against Darby Allin. And Ethan Page, I mean, for some weeks I've been so interested to see his promo, his matches, and all. And so I know his experience and all. He has worked in Impact. He's one of the greatest tag team that they had, with Josh Alexander. I mean, I know that, but he's been doing a very great work, man. I mean, so they were gearing up for uh, the match actually, the coffin match actually, and he actually Page actually tells that he's sick of trying to get rid of Darby Allin. So it's time to try and exterminate him, and he actually cuts this promo on the ring in the ring actually, as Tony Schiavone was getting interviewed by was interviewing actually Ethan Page, and he said that Page he needs to do more. Every time Allen tries a coffin drop, it's going to get even worse. And here is Sting pulling a coffin, and Allen is inside, of course, and house is cleaned in a hurry. And Page and Scorpio Sky bail out, and with Page saying the coffin match is off for next week, and if Allen will agree to not touch him until the match, he will decide upon the week after. I mean, he should have 1 week break, like a rest, and then next week he would be having the match. Kind of that's the thing. So if he don't touch next week, then there would be possibility that we do see the match. I think it's Fight of a Night one. So I mean, there's legit reason for that, because this Dynamite is actually they are going to on road. They are leaving Jacksonville, so it's in Miami, Florida. So Miami had something that had happened. So I don't know about the local news that happened there. So they want to avoid this. So that's why if you know about the brief news that actually they actually removed this match, please put in the comment section below. So I do wanted to know about that. So apart from that, we get to the third match, which was Jungle Boy versus Jack Evans. This was a filler match, but still, Jungle Boy is not kind of dragged down into the bottom level or something in a tag team situation or like that. And I'm glad he got the singles match here. And Jungle Boy, just to have that momentum going forward, that's why they just to not forget him for what moment they had. And obviously they're going to forget him because the story is coming, man. And that's the thing that I was so excited for this in this show. I mean, I was so happy that I would be discussing that. So they had a they had a good match. I mean, Jack Evans, Jungle Boy had a mix of style, the technical style, and he got the victory by a snare trap. And Evans actually got the victory. Sorry, Jungle Boy actually got the victory via snare trap, that submission, kind of STF. So have to have a momentum, and Hardy Family of his post match comes up for the ball, but Christian and the rest of Jurassic Express actually comes for the brawl, and Christian actually chokes out Hardy with the suit jacket, and until Evans make the save, allowing Hardy to escape. And they had a face off, that's it. And while Matt Hardy was standing on the ramp and Christian was standing in the ring. So they didn't confirm like next week, so maybe we'll be seeing in Fight of Fest night 1 or night 2 this match. And this match is built up for quite a long week right now, so that would be happening. And then we get to the segment of MJF talks about how is actually uh, he's looking upon Inner Circle and starting his own stable with the Pinnacle. And he says it amazes him to see how Chris Jericho has turned into a version of the Looney Tunes. And we hear about something Jericho has done. MJF says he's feeling generous, though, and is willing to give Jericho some stipulations to get one more match. And if Jericho can meet those, which he won't. He has to leave MJF alone once MJF beats him again. So what's this thing that leaving kind of thing? And I hope that the one thing I actually hope that is Chris Jericho actually taking a break and showing up on Rampage. That would be kind of a break that actually AW is kind of having teasing. I don't know if this brand split kind of thing would be working for AEW Dynamite for such a young promotion. And I've said it many times this, but he has said he would have to leave him. So that either it's a loser leaves kind of thing, or maybe kind of leaving to another brand. I mean, yeah, they can eventually do that, like loser leaving and then showing up Chris Jericho on Rampage. That would be a great opener for Rampage as well, the top star coming up. And that would be kind of a establishment for MGF as well, like having the footstep, having the having that position to carry on Dynamite then. So let's see what they do. And as for the this week though, Sammy Guevara has to learn that while he's the future, MJF is the now. And MJF was all fired up here while he was cutting the promo. And he says that he's the best, and you know it. That was a promo. And then we get to the Andrade El Idolo segment, and he says in English, with in Spanish kind of accent, he wants to face Matt Sydal. So this match actually was made due to Andrade was actually interrupted last week, as he was kind of going to attack Matt Sydal, because Matt Sydal's match was going to happen. So he actually came out. He didn't do anything wrong, but that's the time actually Andrade actually came out. So Andrade actually doesn't like that, and Matt Sydal steals the moment. So that's the opening, and that's kind of the first match for Andrade El Idolo in AEW, and would be a great competition, man. Look at the stars. I mean, Matt Sydal is a very good wrestler, one of my favorite worker in very well worked wrestler in AEW. I mean, he was very good. And Andrade El Idolo, he says that what's his name, Matt, and Alex Marvez says Matt Sydal, and he says Matt something, and that was good. That was funny. And we get to Tony Schiavone into the stage actually, and he actually brings out Kenny Omega. And so this was the most interesting segment that I had seen actually in this Dynamite episode, because I mean, man, I've been waiting for so long, man, and finally that's happening. And Tony Schiavone actually brings out Kenny Omega, and Omega talks about how earlier today Tony asked him how he stayed motivated to find that next gear. And Tony say, I didn't ask anything today. And Omega list of everyone that he has beaten, and kind of bragging about like the heels does, before saying that is no one left in the rankings to face. And out comes Dark Order, man, and Dark Order comes out, and that's the thing that we all waited for. And that means he's going to take some time off from around here, so he'll be defending his other titles at the moment. As he was finishing that, Dark Order comes out, and you say that you don't have any challenges. Boy, you forget one man, and that's he knew that they didn't name drop him, but Uno admits that they don't have the singles win to make that work, but they know someone who does, and Omega knows who they mean. But this, doesn't both of them doesn't name drop the thing. And that was the I mean, the build up right there, man, a very slow build up. They didn't name drop him, and that was the only thing that fans wanted to get excited. Even I was excited, man. And this is the right way, and this is the right time to build up, because it's July. So we all out is going to happen in September. So good 2 month build, you can do it, a very good build up. So Omega knows who knows they mean, but doesn't think he has the guts. And this is where Omega bids them goodbye, good night, and that's it. And he was gone, and that was a segment actually. And back there. We would they didn't show that right after the bat. We would going to the segment, and then we go to the Brian Pillman segment. This was a okay segment as well, good segment as well. Where he talks about Miro putting his hands on his partner Griff Garrison, who's like a brother to him. And this is just in the TNT title because this is personal, as he says. He's acting like kind of a messiah, and he's not going to be won tonight. And I was excited for this match. I mean, I wasn't expecting Miro to be losing the title, but I was expecting that would be a good defense versus Brian Pillman. That he plays a very good character as well as a very good wrestler as well. And he was good here. I mean, Miro, Brian Pillman Jr. had a very pretty good match, I would say, and he actually shows off his the strength and power advantage. Irish whip into the corner. Miro starts hammering on the back, and he actually have the belly to belly back suplex onto the outside, and got the best reaction for Brian Pillman Jr. And back again with Pillman making a comeback and sending Miro into the barricade, and Pillman connects for two. Air Pillman connects for two, and Pillman hits a few super kicks. But that was a time kind of I thought about that. Maybe man, maybe have some shocker. I mean, I don't wanted to Miro losing the title, but AW should do this thing. I mean, they do a TNT title defense like every once a week or bi-weekly or something. But they should have some like a shocking kind of. Victory or something, a flip victory as well. That would be a kind of a rematch setup for next week. That would be a good as well. I mean, just to have that good moment. I mean, for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 week, not a 1 week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That would be good. I mean, I know that that's not good decision. I mean, just to have that 1 week build, the 1 week reign, that's not good for anyone. So I know that, but still, that I actually thought about. He locks the game over and knocks Pillman out, and that was a match. Most of the stuff was done by Miro, and he was dominating in this match. Brian Pillman with some offenses, and that was this match. Not a very good match, but a pretty good match, as I would say. And we get to the very good segment that I was talking about, and Hangman Page is shown over into the backstage, and he actually is drinking beer, and he's with the Dark Order, and he says that why did you bring me up, and I mean, not including me. They don't think he's scared of Omega, but they think he might be scared of failure. That's why you are not challenging him. So they are here for him, and Five actually remembers. Yeah, Evil Uno actually remembers how he actually motivated him for the TNT title. It's not about the winning or losing. It's about the guts and all, and they actually motivates Paige, and they actually leaves him like, you can do it, man, you can do it. You don't have to be afraid or something. And Paige kind of stands reluctant, and gaining confidence or something, and that's the best reaction. Best segment. The best build that they had got for this week. Small build up, small build up. That's very good. I am into this very much, and I'm waiting for this match. And Hangman Page finally defeating this god of pro wrestling, Kenny by God Omega, and that's Don Callis. We are not seeing him. He's fired from Impact Wrestling. Is he fired from AEW as well? I don't know, man. He's not seeing. So Taz comes up. Taz talks about how Team Taz is not falling apart and it's not full strength. But sometimes family has to fight to clean things up. So next in July 14th, actually, after next week, Brian Cage is defending the FTW heavyweight title against the medically cleared, as they say, Ricky Starks actually. And when did Ricky Starks actually had the injury? I don't know, man. They actually gone to the back after bloodshed. They didn't show anything, but I don't know. Ricky Starks, they're saying medically cleared. So Ricky Starks versus Brian Cage for the FTW title. Not very excited, but the match itself would be very good. because yeah, I mean, if TW title, they didn't show us anything, just kind of prop like there. They didn't have any kind of a meaningful championship match. I know that this is not an AEW title, but still. So we get to the kind of a bad stuff. I can see that's Britt Baker Rebel versus Tyler Rose Vicky Guerrero. So kind of a build up match for the championship match they are gonna have. Fight of us night 2, I guess. Okay match, I would say a decent match. Nothing to say. It was slow as in the end we saw Baker actually puts Vicky into the lockjaw and finishes. And the post match thing was the best thing. I mean, the good thing. I mean, Britt Baker is actually turned face, and Nyla Rose actually attacked Britt Baker after the match, and Reba was injured. Rebel was injured actually, as she was legit injured. Actually, she hurt the knee, so she hurt the kneecap. So as actually read about that, she would be out for 6 weeks or something. They didn't announce. I didn't saw that, but she would be out. So could be a great time for Britt Baker to be having that to take that babyface reaction. If you think about that, I mean, I'm not having not saying that that injury is a best thing or something, but that is complimenting actually Britt Baker's face turn actually, and she was driven on to the table, power bombed onto the table by Nyla Rose, and that's a complete face turn for Britt Baker. And they know that Britt Baker is being supportive, and fans are supporting her. I mean. Even though she's the one who actually can do something for the women's division, but I'm not into full on her. Uh, still, she's better than Ayla Rose. I would say that. So she's in my favorite, but AW Women's Division is not a very treat to watch, but they are doing, they're improving, they are having some character work, so that's good. So that's good. I mean, Brett Baker is finally turned face. Let's see how she fares upon the face character. And as I see, I think so. She's turned face, and this is more than clear that they actually shown this. And we got to the inner circle segment. Inner circle is ready for the six-man tag against the Pinnacle, and this was announced next. This is going to be next week because it's time for some revenge, and they will have their dogs around to deal with. Tully Blanchard onto Pinnacle's corner, and Conan onto the inner circle corner. So could be a good six-man tag team match. I mean, I am fed up with this storyline right now. I mean, this inner circle Pinnacle, they have many matches right now. They put on very good matches. They are very investing storyline, but I don't know, man. Should have something different going on. Uh, Kind of a big heel turn or something that I want to see. I don't know who, but I wanted to see. That's what I'm thinking about. And finally, we get into the main event, and I was excited about this MJF versus Sammy Guevara. They actually announced this some weeks before, and I was excited for this, and how they actually had the promos and all, and that was good. And Sammy Guevara is always a very good wrestler and fun to watch wrestler. High octane action, high excitement, and drama and all that he brings about. And MJF is just a very good character. He's just a good storyteller, and that's about it. And wrestling as well is very good. So he does his job to 100%, and that's the thing. So we get to this match, and this actually surpassed my expectation. Actually, one of the great match that I have seen in recent memories in Dynamite. Actually, in weekly show, I would say that. Uh, Hands down, I would say that. I mean, I love this match. Even I love this. I mean, I enjoy this match more than the match of Jungle Boy and Kenny Omega. Even though that's two different, that's a two different storytelling, storyline, and all. But the enjoyment element was more in this match. I don't know. I enjoyed this match more than last week's main event, which was more important. But this was more investable and more very enjoyable and more great to see. And this match was right out of the bat so good. Have the chain wrestling that they had, and then they actually were kind of having the upper hand on both of them, back and forth match. MJF having the heel tactics, using the ropes and all, and trying the 630, but MJF bails outside, only to get caught with the double springboard cutter for two, gets a two count, and in the end we saw MJF actually. Uh, MJF had onto the second rope, and Spanish Fly was given by Guevara. So that was good, and Guevara sends him to the floor for a big running corkscrew drive, followed by a springboard Canadian Destroyer. That was good as well. And MJF then is back with a shot of his own and grabs a chair. So which is a drop kick into his face, a nice baby face, that character that Guevara actually shown there, that sends MJ over the barricade. And this surprise when they actually did this spot, and this is there's a little elements that actually puts the match into very good. Into a very best. I could say that this was a moment there where Sammy Guevara actually jumps over the top rope onto the front crowd where MJF was standing, as he actually was took the chair shot. That's why they actually gone to that side. So MJF hits a super tombstone from the top rope, and this was a point where I felt like MJ should have got the victory. This was too much. This was kind of a selling done not right. This was a selling that they should have done, but they have the babyface actually kicked out, and he actually kicked out, and MJF actually hurt the knee while he was doing this, because he actually done this tombstone from the top ropes. He actually landed right onto the knees, two knees. So he was actually clutching his knees. That was a good selling by MJF, great selling. And in the end, we saw Sean Spears comes with the chair, and Wardlow, Chris Jericho was on the commentary, and Chris Jericho actually gone to the to have a save, as Wardlow comes from the back and attacks him brutally, and he actually onto the barricade, onto the front barricade. He actually backdrops him, and then he actually pushes him onto the ringside. So he was gone, and Sammy Guevara hit the steel chair onto the face of Sammy Guevara while ref wasn't noticing it, and MJF got the victory here. So I mean. They are continuing this storyline. I know that would be having kind of another match or something in forward in some weeks or some months. I don't know, but could have been a storytelling ending here. Sammy Guevara getting the victory could have been a good, like Sammy Guevara getting the victory on MJF. I know that why didn't they do, because MJF is a more star than Sammy Guevara. They think about that. That would have been, or maybe they should have. They would be kind of thinking about any interesting situation that could be like kind of dragging about the storyline again. As Chris Jericho was saying, this storyline is not over in the podcast. Some podcast he said that. So talking about the commentary of Chris Jericho, he was great here. In the main event, I thought about that. It wasn't necessary Chris Jericho doing the commentary actually, because he was putting over both MJF and Sammy Guevara, and he's good at commentary. But he's in a character. He's a wrestler right now. So he's a wrestler. So he's in the group. He's not just a single superstar. He's in a faction, and your faction member and your enemy's faction is having a war, and you're putting over MJF, and that's not a good kind of commentary or storytelling, or calling up the match that we say. That was not good to have. Having actually Chris Jericho onto the ring side of Sammy Guevara, that would have been good. Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho onto the corner of Sammy Guevara, and this Sean Spears onto the corner of MJF. That would have been also created this thing as well. They could have not done this kind of in the top ramp or something, but they could have done in the ringside or something. Would not be in high octane. High, very very high drama or something, but still, that could have been done. So anyways, I my thoughts there. So anyways, this match, man, is so good. I mean and this was so good, man. This was a great Dynamite as well. I love this Dynamite, and they continue to put all back to back great episode right now. My rating would be kind of 8.5 or 9 for this Dynamite, even though we had a one bad match, but I can overlook that. So that's my review for this AEW Dynamite and my thoughts on NXT as well. I put over. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be coming with the Road Rager AEW Road Rager. And the Great American Bash, NXT Great American Bash next week. The special weekly episodes for both AEW and NXT, that match card prediction and thoughts. I mean, shortly. That's it. Hope you liked it. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay energetic. Peace.